Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account improvement in Summoners War. We are on Mr. Patriotic's account, a global account, and this account owner is a truck driver, so his requests were pretty interesting. He wanted a decent amount of siege defenses created for him, so I created 5 because I thought he had the box for 5 decent defenses, especially for his level. So I tried to get the most usable defenses and make those, as those were his first priority. And then he asked for an arena defense plus an arena offense. But what's interesting is because he is mostly driving all the time, he wanted an offense that was autoable. We'll go check it out and see what I built for him, but it was a very interesting one. I also made him a decent Rio AO that he could use if he ever decides to rush, but it probably won't be most of the case because he is in EST, so the rush time is not that great for him. This is how his record looks like. His best arena record was F2, for RTA was F1, and he is currently in a Punisher guild. So if you guys want account improvements like this, please join my Discord, fill out the Google form, or just check out the descriptions below. But I do advise you to join my Discord. It's a lot easier to communicate there. If you guys just want account reviews, join my Patreon. Let's go check out the builds that I've made for him. So going into Siege first, he didn't ask for any offenses. You could also see that the guild is pretty inactive. There's only 1 defense here, 2 defenses here. Only the front line is really packed. Oh, well, actually not all the front line. He will have to get a lot of his units scaled up for it to be performing optimally. But I made these 5 defenses. I tried to stay away as much as possible with fast defenses because he was lacking in swift sets. His fastest is on this team right here on Escher, Fiona, and Emily. Sadly, Emily is not fully scaled up, so he would need to work on that. Thankfully, due to the Hoa event, he should be able to get these pretty easily. Fiona as well, if it needs skill ups, yeah, it looks like it. And then Escher, I mean, yeah, it's better if you could get the skill ups, but not necessary. So this is Swift broken Escher on 301 speed right now, but it could get more speed with grinds and gems. Yeah, here 4 more speed there. I guess that's about it. This rune could definitely be a lot better to get a lot more speed. He does want to work on Solar 5 a little more because if you look at these builds, a lot is going to be lacking grinds and gems. More grinds mostly. More skill 3 crit damage and more additional damage because he is on a crit rate build. Then we have the Fiona going on Despair, Revenge. I couldn't get everything on Will. Some aren't necessary on Will, especially if you're going first turn. But if you see certain builds not on Will, it's because we just couldn't get it fast enough with it. 250 speed, which is enough, but he could get more speed with the grinds. 1 more speed here, 4 more speed here, 4 more speed here. You could just see that the grinds are all lacking, and you guys know that if he does have the grind, if the account owners do have the grind, I usually use them to make the best builds, but he was lacking that, so I couldn't make these any better. More crit damage because this is also on a crit rate build, more additional damage, and also more accuracy on skill 3 because you do want him to strip and maybe even get a stun, which doesn't really follow accuracy, but yeah, the more the better. And then Emily on Violent Will. I think Emily is really what shines if it's on Violent. Not on a high crit rate, but decent accuracy. Again, the builds are going to look lacking because grinds are lacking. This is an awesome rune. I will definitely get rid of that crit damage and put an HP percent. But grinds all around is a problem. When you grind these, make sure that Emily is going after Fiona. You don't want it going in front because you do want the strip to go in so that Emily could add in all that control. Additional damage and more additional damage. Yep. So that was the main one that we worked on. We then worked on this one here because we didn't make Pyeongchor for arena defense. So it's a decent Pyeongchor on Violent Destroy, 223 speed. Yep, 100 res, decent crit damage and decent HP, taking less damage from wind and fire, and doing more crit damage here. The grind issue isn't as bad because he was almost ruined in the beginning, but you can see here that he could get more speed and such, so that is something that he wants to work on. Then we have, well, actually Maya goes first here on Violent Will because you do want to get into control here first. We do have max accuracy, especially after the lead from Nana. You will see grind issues here as well. HP. We're taking less damage from fire and also skill 1 recovery, because this is pretty much the only recovery skill for Maya. And then finally we have Nana here on Despair Destroy. Thankfully Destroy gave us a decent build here, 230 speed, so this is actually going after Nana. Puncture is going last, so just more damage output if you could get it. Skill ups also an issue, 100 res. We are taking less damage, more damage on HP. He does need better artifacts, but we just tried to work with what he had. So these are the best that we found. Grind issue is the same thing. Again, when you're looking at speed, just make sure that it is not going in front of Maya. This is 235 speed. This is 231 speed. After that, we worked on this team here. I did want to make a fire mermaid plus Lume kinky type of team, but his skill ups were lacking, so we didn't go with that. We just went with the more conventional stuff. And he did it again, have fast runes left over, so this is the best we could do. Vigor on 220 speed, I believe. Violent Destroy. We also have a 221 speed Harmonia. Needs to be level 40. Needs skill ups, but it is what it is. You could get more speed, more tankiness from the grinds and gems, taking less damage from water, and also more skill 2 recovery. Here we just took more damage on fire because we do have 40% crit rate. We could land it once at the very least, and taking less damage from crit damage. Skill 3 accuracy for defense break chance is actually pretty big too. Then we have the Kinky on Violent Destroy, very tanky, 100 res, more damage on certain elements, and then more accuracy on skill 1. I really wish I kept the record. I should be doing it of, well, how I should be doing these videos is that I show you guys what he was running before and then show you guys the after, because if I just show you guys the after, you guys don't know or don't see the improvement I've made. This was a huge improvement from his siege defenses before. They were pretty lackluster, they weren't getting any wins, and I'm hoping that in this level, this should be getting a lot of wins, to be fair. Well, I did make this in the middle, but Orion isn't that fast, 276. This is his next fastest Swift set. We had to put a Will set because it was so slow. Taking less crit damage, taking less crit damage from certain elements. We will see there's grind issues, so 4 more speed there, and 4 more speed there, so we could get 8 more speed at the very least. So it'll be 284 speed, still slow, but better than 270s, right? Then we have the Sierra going on 230 speed. Again, I made sure that these are all tuned to the boost that Orion is bringing in. We focused on attack, some accuracy, a lot of bomb damage, as much as we could get. You'll see that we could get more speed as well from the grinds and gems, just more stats all around from it. So I would work on R5 after getting the account back for a while. Plenty of Recon, no skill ups. I do want skill ups here. This is his best fire damage dealer, unfortunately. Violent build was a lot better than the Vampire build, so we went with that. More skill 1 crit damage, skill 3 crit damage, attack up effect, that's great. More damage dealt on wind, counter attack damage. Again, grinds are an issue. This is a very weak crit rate rune. If you get something better, that'd be great, because resistance doesn't really help here. Yep. And then finally, we made this team right here. Thankfully, we did get a decent build on Despair Focus. So 250 speed, high attack, decent accuracy, decent HP, more accuracy here on skill 2, 17%. More additional damage by attack and HP. Grind issues as well, so it could get slightly better, more speed, so that's good. And then we have the Savannah on 231 speed. I focused on attack because we do want this to land. More stats all around with grinds and gems. Just the same thing over and over again. More damage against water, own target crit damage, and again, skill 3 accuracy on this side. Finally, the Tessarion on Violent Revenge. A crit rate build, decent accuracy, a little more accuracy here on skill 3 to get the Oblivion. More crit damage, and also more damage dealt on wind, fire, taking less damage from water, and less crit damage. It could get better again from the grinds and gems looking at these runes. So those are the 5 defenses we've made, and if you compare it to some of his guild defenses, I mean, they're running really weird defenses, so I could only think that it'll do better. Let's just compare them. Yeah, this is a decent comp if you could rune it correctly, but you can see it's very slow. The builds are pretty lackluster. I think he should be the best performing player in this guild. To be fair, I think the guild is a little too inactive, so maybe look for a better guild. But from the builds, from the comps, I do think your defenses look the best out of your guildmate. And I don't think that's an overstatement. I'm not being nice or anything. Let's go into Arena. His Arena already got some wins since I made the changes. So this was 2 days ago. You can see that he got 2 defense successfuls. He is in F3 right now with 2 more wins with the changed defense that you see right here. So if you look at the builds, Omdo goes first, Despair will. So a faster Despair set definitely went here. I did think that Omdo having it's not bad. More skill 3 accuracy, taking less damage from fire and water, less crit damage. This could also be better with better grinds and gems. It is lacking here and there. Yeah, these two definitely could get more speed so that it would be even better. So that's good. And then we have the Camilla. No, we have the Byungchar. The Byungchar we're using for Siege, right? So we already saw this. And then we have the Camilla on Violent Nemesis, very tanky, almost 50k HP. A lot of skill 3 recovery, so that becomes a menace if it survives, at least going for that draw. Can get slightly better with the grinds and gems. And then finally Vanessa on double shield will, 100 res, very tanky as well. Skill 2 accuracy because we are lacking that a lot here. But really, we built her so that she doesn't die anytime quickly. And it could again only get better with the grinds and gems because it is also lacking them. And then for the 2 offenses I've created, so I created him a second turn Zeros team. Leo looks like this on double will blade. We went with a HP build with decent crit rate, 100 resistance, just so that Leo could survive. And I made it exceptionally more tankier because he wanted an auto team, meaning that he's just gonna click that auto button and then your team has to do everything else. And I think for the team I went with the Leo team, so that at least anybody quicker cannot really take advantage of that speed. And I wanted to make sure Leo was surviving as long as possible. And then we have the Delpho going, nothing special, Violent Will, 100 res, decent accuracy, more accuracy here on skill 2. Again, it can only get better with grinds and gems. Then we have the Galleon on focus, shield, and will, 100 res, decent accuracy, decent tankiness, taking less damage from wind, and more skill 3 accuracy, obviously to get max with the accuracy. You can see that it can only get better. I would not grind speed here because it will mess up the turn order, but you could grind everything else for tankiness. And then finally, a Zeros on Rage Will, very high attack, very good crit damage, more skill 3 accuracy here, and more damage dealt on wind, taking less damage from water to survive those Camillas. You can see that again, it could only get better with grinds and gems. Yep, more attack as well. Speed, don't do it. I'd rather just gem this out for HP. Oh, you already have HP. Attack flat then, or even crit damage. And then the autoing team is this. So the thought process is that we have a stripper here with the Maya, and Maya's passive allows this autoing team to be a little better because Maya can't get killed really easily unless it gets sniped somehow with like things like Odin, Claire, Sonya, things like that. But if it's not that, and you don't see those too much in defense, it's really hard to kill the Maya quickly. So Violent Will, oh, it's the same Maya that you saw on Siege defense. Then we have the Alaya for the tankiness, for the survivability, and also giving that defense buff to the entire team, especially for Fang. Violent Will, 100 res, very tanky, taking less damage from wind, and also more skill 1 recovery, skill 3 recovery. Oh, we don't have skill 3 recovery, unfortunately. Grinds and gems will only make it better, so please go for that. And then we have Fang on Violent Destroy, 150, 160 speed, very tanky, more damage with defense, and taking less damage. Again, grinds and gems could help. And then Leo is the same Leo. So I think we could even work with our defense, win it if we auto it out. It's going to take a while because we can't do anything. I'm just going to select who to kill. Let's just try to kill Amdo first and see how this goes. Damn, look at that. 100 res resisting the 50% accuracy. Wow, look at that crit. Oh my goodness. 100 res on Leo, please. 100 res on Leo. Survive. Okay, okay. Okay, perfect. Let's get some provokes. No, one provoke. Wow. He got the stun on Fang again. Dude, she's landing that defense break too easily with 20% on skill 2. That's crazy. Nice. That's good. We have to get rid of that defense break. Okay. Provoke? Dude, we're only landing the provoke on the Omduat. Yeah, but the defense looks solid, especially in this level. You gotta be kidding me. Something is so wrong with that Vanessa. It only has 20%. Only 20% on skill 2. How is it critting? Okay, it died, so now let's go for Pyeongchar. Oh, never mind. We want to go back for that Omduat. But the team has survivability, that's good. That's a godlike stun. Come on, land some of your stuff, Maya. Thank you. Got the stun again, damn. Let's go, Fang. Come on, kill that Omduat. It's taking forever, but this is what the autoers do, right? Okay, stat again. Let's go for Pyeongchar. If we destroy the HP on Pyeongchar, that'd be nice. We're really not landing provoke on Vanessa or the Pyeongchar. They both have 100 res. We do have 55% accuracy though, which is kind of surprising because that Vanessa, which has 20% accuracy, is landing the defense break on our Leo that has 100 res. Insane. Nice. Finally, that's a good provoke. Let's go, Fang. Yes. Yeah, the HP destruction is coming in as well. Okay, he's coming back though, because Vanessa has the passive. Yep. At least we brought it out with the counter. This is good. Nice. Nice. Oh, it reset because the Pyeongchar died. We want to kill Pyeongchar again quickly. I mean, it takes a long time. But I think we got the win. I'm gonna stop it as soon as we kill Pyeongchar. The more he loses a unit, wow, what's that? He stole so many buffs, but thankfully Maya got rid of all of them. Damn, 100 res is good. That Pyeongchar is hard to kill. Omduat is back, but thankfully he's dead. Let's kill the Omduat. Perfect. Dead. And that's really it. You just now go for the Vanessa. And if we land one defense break using Fang, he's gonna be dead. Okay, with the provoke, she can't bring anybody back. So there it is. So that's how you win this. If he has the time, he could try using this. It should be a lot easier. But I think Camilla's gonna survive. Oh, I forgot that I gave him Will. Okay. Damn, that's a clean strip. I wonder if we could kill Pyeongchar. No, we can't. Oblivion here though. And then if we land a defense break, everybody should be dead, then the Pyeongchar. Ooh, the Vanessa survived because of the artifact. Minus 20% from fire. But see how it's much easier? If it's only Pyeongchar left, it's easy because we could reset him with this. Perfect. See, much easier. What should we try autoing? Should we try autoing things like this? Ooh, I'm kind of worried about this girl though, because she does straight damage, ignore defense, which is kind of annoying. Let's try autoing it again. Let's go for the Triton. Oh, it's on Despair. Oh, she does no damage right now. She didn't get the stacks. So let's just kill her then. Whoo, that damage. Good provoke. So you could tell they're not 100 res. If we kill her twice, I think it's GG. We're just autoing it out. Dead. Good damage from Maya too. Okay, let's get rid of that Tian Lang because Tian Lang's stuns are kind of annoying. Awesome proc. Dude, look at that. Awesome. Wow. So much easier. So you could tell that our defense is pretty decent. At least stallish wise. She should not have any stacks right now, so she's not scary. I guess it doesn't matter. She's gone. Oh, she could give back that provoke as well. Or sorry, not a she. Trying is a guy. Ooh, look at that. You're gone. Yup. That was an easy one, right? So I'm hoping that this team autos pretty well for him. Up to a certain point. Obviously, later on, you'll start meeting rune quality issues. But that's a win. Auto team or this depends on how well the defense is ruined. We could lose here, but with the auto team, I think we can't. Okay, we can push back though. Okay, we won here then. Unless that Kaki is crazy. Not crazy. Perfect proc. Awesome. See how clean that is? I told him it wasn't worth for me to build him a team that's just for autoing, but he insisted. He really wanted one, so I was like, okay. Let's try autoing this. Actually, let's try not autoing it and see how things go. Okay, we got rid of the attack buff at the very least. Okay. If he procced one more time, would have been in trouble. Let's put defense buff. Let's just kill Tiana first. Perfect. Ooh, I don't like that. The fact that we have a defense break. Nice. With Leo, she does no damage. Because skill 2 scales off of speed. Awesome. She's dead again. And then I'll just go for Kaki. Should be over. More defense buff. So we're not autoing here, just showing that this team is also usable. It's just slow. But it's very safe. Nice provoke. Should be all good. He's dead. Heal up. A lot of sustain, a lot of control, a lot of strips. A lot of strips because defenses don't know what to hit. So usually Maya gets hit all the time. So she gets to stack up her stacks. Her totems. Which allows her to continuously strip, continuously provoke, so on and so forth. And even heal, because her skill 1 also heals. Okay. You just win if you land a defense break. End it quicker. Provoke. Perfect. Let's try autoing here. There is a Riley though, so that's scary. Try to kill this guy first. Provoke. Okay. Proc from his side. Perfect. Oh, oof. Fire Monkey hits hard. Put up Will. I do need a strip. Want to get rid of that attack buff here. I think we will be able to get rid of that attack buff. Yes. Perfect. Nice. 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 Oh, freak. It was a 2-turn provoke and she procced out of it. She procced again. Wow. So, okay, we have 4 stacks. We could strip all of that. Just really need to kill this guy. Good damage here. Boom. Ooh, oh, you're gone. Awesome. Wake her up. You don't want Maya sleeping. Will. Go for the fire monkey. Damn, they're all proccing out of the provokes. Some damage. Shoot. Even the Riley is going ham. I think we could just auto it out at this point. Ooh, that damage. Good damage. Nice stun. This might just take too long. Nice. Continuously get the defense buff so that Fang could do a lot of damage. Nice. Kill. Damn it! They have to stop getting out of the provoke. Okay, forget it. I'm gonna kill Abelio. Okay. Damn it, Riley's moving in front. Unless we kill here. So close. Okay, he's dead. Okay, now we're done. Yeah, so I'm hoping that teams like this will get him a better record. At least F3. The defense is a lot better. Definitely more stallish as well. So if he could climb a little before it ends, I think he'll easily end F3 or maybe even C1. Depends on how many attacks he gets in before the rush ends. And it's really important to put 1 unit on Destroyer at the very least. Because if not, you're going to have a very hard time killing units like Riley. Oh, perfect. There you go. Okay, C2. So that was it for this improvement, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.